Questions 6 to 10 of Des O'Neill Test 1. Again, a fairly large stem. I think it is a good idea to skim and not spend too long reading the stem. From skimming it, we can see that the stem talks about the blood circulation in the fetus compared to that of the child. Question 6 asks, which of the following may be inferred from the passage? With questions like this, it is important to not rely on prior knowledge to answer the question. The answer could be specifically related to the content of the passage, and dummy answers could throw you off. Option A says children's hearts do not feature a left or right atrium. We know this is false, but what does the stem say? There is nothing suggesting or explicitly saying that children don't have these two atriums. Just because the diagram of the children's heart does not have the atriums labelled, we cannot assume this means there are no atriums. B says, in the child, the lung carries a function of the placenta. The stem does not say this. It says that the placenta is involved in gas and nutrient exchange, and the lungs receive oxygen supply. This is similar, but it is not the same. With C, we see confirmation of this in the first paragraph. We find out that the umbilical arteries carry the blood to the placenta, and the placenta allows for nutrients and gases to be exchanged. I think you do need some prior knowledge here to know the oxygen is used up by the body before it heads to the placenta. So we can assume that the blood is in need to nutrients and gases for it to come to the placenta. There is no mention of D anywhere in the stem. Question 7 is asking for what corresponds to M and N in the stem. We can locate the ductus arteriosus and foramen ovale in the passage. Passage says, foramen ovale allows for blood to go from right to left atrium by bypassing the lungs. We know that the pulmonary circulation involves the lungs. This could be some prior knowledge. The right atrium going through M bypasses the lung and gets to the left ventricle without going through the atrium. So foramen ovale is M. That narrows our answers options to B or C. What's said about the ductus venosus or arteriosus? So the stem says it bypasses the lung and liver circulation. It also specifically says that the ductus arteriosus carries blood from U to Q. This gives us C if we match the info to the diagram. Question 8 asks what is least supported. A is said in the stem, we just covered it. B, the ventricles are parallel in the diagram. C is also mentioned in the stem in the second paragraph. D is explicitly not mentioned. The second paragraph says the blood is in close proximity but does not mention any mixing. Question 9, the left atrium. Passage says that the foramen ovale allows for the bypass of blood from the right atrium to the left atrium. And we know that the foramen ovale is at M. So the left atrium could be right after M, at P. Prior knowledge could also lead to you choosing P, as the left atrium is right before the left ventricle. So the answer is A. Question 10, what can be concluded? We are taking answers off based on what is said and what has not been said in the stem. A is wrong. We can't assume that sharing oxygen with the mother means less oxygen concentration in children. B can't be true because different organs are at play. C is promising because the stem says that the placenta and lung are used to supply oxygen or nutrients. And there is nothing in the stem to support D, so the answer must be C.